Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Old Head Bangers Ball. To those of you who are here live, chatting along with me on the YouTubes when this premieres, how are you all doing tonight? For those of you who didn't make it live, every time I do post one of these videos, which looks like it's every other week, it's always posted or premieres on Saturday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time if you want to join in and chat and whatnot. I think it's kind of cool that there's the whole countdown thing. That just makes it feel like, oh shit, there's some real shit's about to happen. Not some amateurish bullshit, which is kind of what this is. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, every 2 weeks this show happens. For now anyway, because I'm finding more and more that songs are just getting blocked. And so I have a feeling that before we know it, I'm going to be running out of things that I can play. I'm even stretching into newer stuff and other live stuff, and you'd be surprised the number of things that just flat out get blocked. And so I'm trying my best, people. But you know what? We're here tonight, and I got a full episode for you, so let's just jump right into it. The first song we're going to be watching tonight is from this album, the BulletBoys' debut album from 1988. And there you go. There's the BulletBoys right there. That's Mark Torian, who's basically the dude that's been keeping this band going since day one, I guess in different incarnations and on and off and on and whatever. But this is their debut album, and it's fucking great. It's a killer album. It's well produced. It's fun. It's almost like a more flamboyant Van Halen, if you will. I don't fucking know how to explain it. Anyway, but hey, before I even start, fun fact: this lineup of the band just got back together in 2019. It's like they announced it like I guess they had some kind of plans, but you know what happened to everybody's plans in 2020, so who knows. Hopefully all these dudes are still doing it, because I think that's kind of cool. When a whole original lineup comes back together, that's pretty sweet. Anyway, so let's jump into it. The song we're going to be watching is the song Smooth Up In Ya. Yeah, no subtlety here, folks. We don't have time for subtlety on the Old Head Bangers Ball. So let's just jump into this video. I hope everybody have their Keystone Light for when you really don't want to spend any money at all. Anyway, so yeah, I hope everybody's sitting comfortably, because we're about to get smooth up in ya. You hear that drum sound? I love the big 80s drum sound when it just sounds like it's just in. That was a reminder. Don't worry about that sound effect. I loved when the 80s drum sound just sounds like it's just recorded in this gigantic room, and everything's real booming. I just never gets old to me. I realize that in certain respects it probably seems dated, but I don't fucking care. It's dated in a very nice way, if you ask me. But we won't know until we try. So now's the time to make up your mind. I never have been the one woman kind. Also, Mark Torian is an excellent vocalist and also an excellent guitar player, although he doesn't play guitar at this point in BulletBoys. Fun fact, he tried out to be the replacement guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne after Randy Rhoads died. So apparently this dude, and recently he's like the main songwriter. This dude is just, the rock and roll renaissance man or whatever. Never really understood what that saying means. Maybe I should look it up before I start saying sayings, because it might not mean what I think it means. I'm not as smart as you guys think. I'm not as smart as I look, people. Don't let your love go to waste. All it takes is just one taste. Lost and shivers. Smooth up and down. Smooth up and down. Smooth up and down. Smooth up and down. Where I wanna go, where I wanna go. Smooth up and down. Oh, it's time for a sexy breakdown. Everybody feeling that? Everybody feeling that? This is when it gets sexy. Yeah. I know I paused it during a guitar solo again. It's funny how I feel like in certain ways, I feel kind of advanced when it comes to knowing about music in certain respects, but other ways I feel like I'm very basic with the things that just make me happy. And whenever there's a guitar solo that all of a sudden incorporates part of the vocal melody from the song, I don't know why that always just makes me really happy. It's like it ties everything together. It's almost like the guy playing the solo listened to the fucking song. He didn't just hear it and go, I'm gonna go wiggly, wiggly, wiggly over it. I don't know. I like that kind of thing. I'm a simple man. All right, BulletBoys, smooth up in ya. I have no idea what they mean by that. Anyway, and honestly, I think that's probably one of my least favorite songs on the first BulletBoys album. I really like the first two. Third one's okay too, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's if you like that '80s, that big old '80s sound, this is one of those albums that should be on your list to check out because it's pretty damn enjoyable. It's that vibe, that kind of fun, different levels of that all the way through the album. Anyway, as usual, that's the way we start things off with a little bit of fun. And now, let's move on. All right, people, you know what time it is. Thrash metal time, and guess what? I wore this hat for a reason. Tonight we're going to be watching a music video from this album, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today, from Suicidal Tendencies. Absolutely classic crossover thrash album from 1988, same year as BulletBoys. The BulletBoys were doing their thing, and these boys were also doing their thing. Yeah, and that's, some people would consider that like the classic Suicidal lineup. I feel like they've had like 2 or 3 classic lineups, honestly. But yeah, the song we're going to be watching is the title track, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today. Everybody get your button, take your plaid shirts and button the collar just right up at the top, and then get your either a bandana or one of these. I'll wait, go get them. I'm just kidding. And then let's jump into some classic Suicidal Tendencies. How will I laugh tomorrow? ... When I can't even smile today. Rocky George, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I miss that guy being in this band. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Clark on guitar. Man, I miss that guy being in this band. Also, I just want to say something about this song in itself and in the context of thrash and metal in the 80s. I miss bands doing this kind of song. I realize that it falls very closely in with the ballad type of things that other bands were doing, but it adds dynamics to an album. And I love dynamics in an album. I don't want it to be brutal all the way through all the time. If you do one album like that, great. After that, give me some fucking variety. And I like this. I like slowing it down. And who does that anymore? Maybe they're afraid of being cheesy. Maybe they think their metal cards are going to be taken away from them. I don't know. It's just, I miss it so much, but so many bands did it. Thrash bands did it. Metallica did it. Testament did it. I mean, you name it. I mean, there are plenty of bands that didn't, but those are bands that I don't like as much. So I don't know. I miss this kind of thing just because you don't hear it anymore at all. When it comes to thrashy bands, they don't want to slow things down, and that's a shame.
Loving these facts to my mind. Pain and hate is all I find. Find no hope in nothing new, and I never had a dream come true. Lies and hate and agony. Through my eyes, it's all I see. If I'm gonna cry, will you wipe away my tears?
Oh wait, is that Mike Clark? Holy shit. Okay, sorry. I was like, no wonder I thought he looked a little bit different. Anyway, Mike Clark. Yeah, clearly I know what these guys look like. I mean, why even give him a microphone in the video if you're just going to unplug it? We can tell that it's unplugged. Also, for those of you who know this song pretty well, there's a whole bunch cut out of it. Like, they cut out, it seems like almost half the song all of a sudden. It just skips on to the latter half of the song pretty quick. I guess they wanted to condense this down for the video, but either way, I'm just happy we're getting to play Suicidal Tendencies. A lot of their shit gets blocked. This is one of the ones that didn't, so at least we got something. Yeah, I know, interrupting another solo. I'm sorry. I love the Mike Muir moves. He's got his little. He's got that. It never gets tiring to me. I just love seeing it. Just different variations of that with the Thriller dance that he keeps doing. Man, they literally just, there was no part where they did the today. They cut all of that out of the song. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lame version of that song. But you know what? What? Quit playing things. Quit playing things. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Yeah. At least we got some Suicidal on here, so I guess we'll just have to be thankful for that because, man, edited versions of songs, like sometimes it doesn't bother me, but that one, that's pretty lame. Anyway, let's just go ahead and move on with the rest of the night. But before we do, it's time for a word from our sponsor. Who wants a chili dog? Huh? Isn't that the greatest commercial ever made? And that's our only chance to get Cinderella on this show because every video I try to do from Cinderella gets blocked. So there you go. We get a little bit of early Cinderella. From like 1983, I believe, is when they did that. So they didn't even have an album out yet. But man, that's I feel like I could watch that commercial over and over again and never get tired of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Moving on to the last video of the night. We're jumping into the 90s as we usually do. We don't want to just hang out in the 80s all the time. That gets boring, I guess, after a little while. We're going to jump into the year. What year are we moving to? 1993. And we are going to be watching a video from this album, Houdini, from the band Melvins, which is a band that you should know. Or maybe I should do a bands you should know on them. That's shit, they have so much stuff. No, that makes me feel stressed out just thinking about it. So just Google that shit on your own. But we are going to be watching a song from the music video from the album. Woo! Okay, we're going to be watching a song from the album Houdini. The song is called Nope. That the brain. So this is live. Steven's brain misfiring. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Hold on. Okay. The song is called Honey Bucket. I got it right that time. From the album Houdini. And like I said, 1993. This is probably my favorite Melvins album. I think a lot of people, normal folk like me, there are a lot of people that are very sophisticated. They're like, no, there's this weird one they put out that only has one track on it. And it's all a bunch of noise for 40 minutes. And that's my favorite. Because I have a sophisticated palate. Anyway, no, I like this one. And I love this song. This song's up there with some of my favorite songs ever made. Because there are some songs that just fill you with so much energy, you better not get behind the wheel of a car. Something bad's going to happen. This is one of those songs. Let's just fucking do it. Let's wrap this show up with a fucking banger. Honey Bucket by Melvins. That's one of the best riffs ever right there. If I wrote a riff that good, I would literally just pack it in and just be like, here's my one song, world, I'm done. Woo! The song's already halfway over. Let's keep going. Also, a lot of their songs on this album for sure, and this track I believe is one of them. The lyrics are mostly nonsense. I think there's a song on the album where you open up the liner notes and it has the lyrics to one song. Just to give you an example of, it's just nonsense. It doesn't actually mean anything. And every time I've tried to listen to the lyrics of this song, I go, yeah, he's not saying anything.
Down, baby, after you more late. Ain't about to pick my ride.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on. Whew, that is, man. That, I could just play that one again. I'm not gonna do that. I think I did that before, and I think it was kind of one of those things where everyone's just like, okay, come on, let's go ahead and click next to the next video we're gonna watch. But I want you to stay here. I'm not going to tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. There's an after party. And for those of you who don't know, there's an after party. You should stay. But did I say stay or stay? Stay is what you should do. But before I say goodbye to you all for the night, why don't we have one last sing-along with the Pat's Dogs commercial? Come on, everybody. I want everybody up. Everybody grab your beers. Everybody get ready. Let's do it together. Everybody ready? Yeah. Get up. Up. Okay. All right, cool. Let's do it. Man, that's it. Look, it started playing again on its own. I'm sorry. We had to do it 2 times in a row. Hey! All right. Thank you to our sponsor, Pat's Chili Dogs. And thank you all for watching. Like I said, there's an after party. Stick around if you want to. All right. Good night, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome to the after party. For those of you who are new here, this is the section of the show where I play you one of my favorite hip hop tracks. Really just to balance this out as a personal thing from me to you. Once I started playing these hip hop tracks, it really did feel more like my show. Because I got to play you all of the hard rock and heavy metal and alternative and what other else shit I wanted to throw your way. But then I get to throw in another very important style of music from back in the day, that being hip hop. So let's just fucking do it. Tonight we're going to be watching a video from this album, Mecca and the Soul Brother by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Classic hip hop album, came out in 1992, and it is just chock full of amazing stuff. And we are going to be watching one of those amazing tracks tonight. The track is called They Reminisce Over You. Let's fucking do it. It's a fucking killer song. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
I reminisce. Yeah. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October. A toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years years younger than my mama. But I really got beatings cause the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl. Let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down, you would tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative for the woman a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God.
This is one of those hip hop tracks that I think its strongest asset is its mood that's created by the beat and the sample and the whole everything about it. I just think that it's there are those certain songs, and we've played a couple of them on here, that the lyrics are great, but you could even just take the lyrics out and I would still just listen to this track for the full 4 minutes and just be totally down for it.
When I date back, I recall a man off the family tree. My right hand, Papa Doc, I see. Took me from a boy to a man, so I always had a father. When my biological didn't bother taking care of this, so who am I to pick up? Not a bad ticker, but I'm clocking Pop's liver. But you can never say that his life is through. 5 kids at 21, believe he got a right to. Here we go while I check the scene with the Portuguese lover at the age of 14. The same age, front page, no fuss, but I bet you all you know they live longer than us. Never been seen now, that's where you're wrong. But give the man a taste and he's gone. Nodding off sleep to a jazz tune. I can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. I get the pillow and hope I don't wake him. But this man, the cuss, hear it all in verbatim. Telling me how to raise my boy unless he's taking over. I said, Pop, maybe when you're older. We laughed all night about the hookers at the party. My old man standing yelling, good God Almighty. Use your condom, take sips of the brew. When they reminisce over you, for real.
For real, baby. Like that. We for real. Yeah. Come on.
I reminisce so you never forget this. The days are way back, so many bear witness.
I mean, I think sometimes I pause a lot because I have a lot of things to say, but sometimes some songs, the mood just takes over and I forget that you guys are even here. So I hope you're enjoying this.
Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I prove my point. T to the R-O-Y, how did you and I meet in front of Big Lou's fighting in the street? But only you saw what took many time to see. I dedicate this to you for believing in me. Rain or shine, yes, in any weather. My grandma Pam holds the family together. My Uncle Doc's the greatest, better get the latest. If we're talking about a car, Uncle Sterling got the latest. I strive to be live cause I got no choice and run my own business like my Aunt Joyce. So Pete Rock hit me, enough respect due when they reminisce over you. Listen.
Just listen to the funky song as I rock on, and that's word is born to the one and only. Never be another, he was my brother. Trouble T. Roy, it's like that, y'all. And it don't stop. Rockin' still smooth for 92. And we out. Later.
All right, there you have it. They Reminisce Over You, or Troy, by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Yeah, just another classic, folks. And once again, thank you very much for not only joining me for the Old Headbangers Ball, but for sticking around for the after party. And those of you who are watching this live, chatting with me on the YouTubes, thank you. Also, go join the Old Head Bangers Facebook group. I've only had to block like 3 or 4 people for being dicks. That is the well, no, one was a completely fake account, so I didn't feel bad about that one at all. Anyway, so yeah, don't be a dick. Go join the Old Head Bangers Facebook group. Just search it. And I'll be here again for another one of these episodes, probably in 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. It's man, it is getting rough out there looking for videos, but For those of you who constantly watch these with me, I don't want to let you guys down. So you know what? I'm going to be back in 2 weeks, no matter what. I promise. I'll see you guys then. Good night.